Good, Seth. It's great to be here. I always tell you it's sunny in Cerro Gordo. I can't tell you that today. We're just hoping for no rain. We've got softball, and baseball, and track scheduled this afternoon, and we're hoping to actually get them in. So that's right. It's an outlook we have. We have a lot of end of the year stuff going on. We actually only have 18 days of school left, which is really hard to believe. It's gone so fast. But we've got kind of the typical end of the year honors night, National Honor Society coming up. We've got lots of softball, baseball, track, although the rain has impacted that a lot, I will say. As we get ready for prom coming up on May 4th, our high school students had a really kind of unique opportunity yesterday. They participated in Prom Promise. Our high school students, as well as BMent and D-Land, went over and watched a simulated car crash, and it was put on by OSF Healthcare and Think First. They had actually two wrecked cars that they set up, and then a bunch of first responders from all over the county came out, and we actually had student actors, and they kind of simulated a car crash. And then the first responders, tended to the victims of the crash. We actually had a helicopter land out at BMent High School. So a couple of their classmates, they saw them be taken away in an ambulance. One got put on the helicopter, and then they saw one who didn't make it. They also had a dad, an actor who was a dad, who came on the scene and kind of just added another layer of intensity. So the point of the whole thing is not to scare them, but it's to really give them a way to think about how big of consequences their actions can have. And so the hope is that after seeing that, they'll take a pledge to wear their seatbelts, to not drink and drive, and just to really think about being safe as we head into prom, with ours coming up on May 4th. Yeah, and I think they did a nice job also of highlighting distracted driving. I think that's a big problem for our kids and adults too. So I think that that was a powerful message that our kids got yesterday. Sure. Yeah. I mean, I think it's a topic that definitely comes up in driver's ed. And I think we're just always trying to talk to the kids about being safe. And we're also always kind of walking that fine line between really wanting our kids to utilize technology and really wanting them off their phones and focusing in on their learning. So it's definitely a challenge. Right, exactly. Yep. It is May 4th out at Allerton Park, so it should be a fun night for the kids. We do also, sorry, go ahead, Seth. I was going to say we also do have our big musical coming up this week. We've got Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat opens up this Wednesday night. So I have been able to kind of walk through a lot of the rehearsals, and I know they've been working really hard. So they've got shows Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I'm sorry, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday at 7, and then also a 2 o'clock matinee on Saturday. So we've got high school kids. We've also got some of our younger kids as part of the choir. And our elementary principal is playing the piano, so she'll get to show off her musical talent. And Mr. Wilkie, our elementary music teacher and our junior high school choir teacher, has done a really great job directing that. So that'll be a big thing for the community. I'm excited for that. Off the top of my head, I don't know, but I would say probably around 20. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. And a good mess. Well, I did want to show off some artwork if I could take a second to do that. We just had an yeah. Yeah. So this is a piece by Jake Bolson. He just won Best in Show at the art show, the high school art show in Decatur. And he's only a freshman, so that was very impressive. And then Addie Kripa Senior did this Taylor Swift, very timely. She got second place for that. So she's a very talented senior. She's actually doing a mural outside our gym right now and going into art. So I got a chance to go over and check out all our students' artwork in that show and was very impressed by it. Thomas does a wonderful job with our students. So definitely want to give a shout out to the fine arts. Absolutely. Yeah, I think they have some good programming and I think it's a good time to go into art with all the kind of digital media options as well. Oh, we've just got our honors night and our National Honor Society, and then we've got our graduation coming up on May 25th. So just kind of the typical end of the year stuff, lots of field trips and busy times for our students and teachers. It is May 16th. We did our remote learning plan for the first time this year, and we took 3 remote days and 0 snow days. So we're very fortunate that we're going to be getting out pretty early. Sure. Yeah, I'm really proud of it. I think that we started in on planning that in October and we're ready to go in January when the bad weather started to hit. So we actually used 3 of those remote days in pretty quick succession in January. And our teachers were ready. We had a few hiccups, that we had to iron out, of course, but I think it went really well. And anyone who was kind of questioning at the time is now really grateful that we did use those because that earlier dismissal is sure nice in May. Yeah, and I think our teachers did a great job of it the first time, and now that they've been through it, as well as the kids, we've all been trained a little bit more on it. I think we'll do even better. But you're right, there's no replacement for in-person learning. That's very true. May 16th. That's right. Our website is cgbroncos.org, or you can check us out on Facebook at Cerro Gordo School District 100. So far, we're in really good shape. I know a lot of area schools are having difficulty with recruiting teachers. We've been pretty fortunate so far. We do have an opening for a speech pathologist. We have a great situation for speech pathology here. We have a very small caseload, so I think we'll have no problem recruiting for that position. And then we also have a junior high school English position. That one's a little tougher because a lot of teachers are certified in either junior high or high school and not necessarily both. So we're kind of open to either type of credential for that candidate. And we've got a few applicants already and are kind of getting going on the interview process for that. So for the most part, we are in very good shape. We're always looking for substitute teachers as our all districts in our area. So that is something that has been a challenge for the last few years since COVID, is finding and keeping substitute teachers. Sure. We actually raised our substitute pay at the beginning of last school year. We also had some substitute recruitment nights. Actually, Mrs. Vogt at Bementa and I partnered together with our local regional office of education on that. And we had a recruitment night at a high school volleyball game and also at a junior high boys basketball game, where we offered an incentive to have substitutes sign up on the spot, and we would help them pay for part of their registration fees if they subbed for at least 5 days in either district. So we were able to recruit some from that. And we've also had some additional people after those recruitment nights. But it's still just kind of always a challenge. Yes, she is wonderful. I've worked with her for a long time, so it's great to be superintendents together in partnering school districts. Not since I've been in Cerro Gordo. I think more universally, special education is a really hard position to fill and to keep teachers in. So if you are a young educator and you want to be able to pick whatever school district you want to go to, I would suggest going into special education, getting that certification, and you can kind of pick your district at this point. So for those young people, it is a good time to go into education because it is easy to find a job and be able to work where you want to work. When I started out as a principal, I would have 150 applicants for an elementary teacher position, and that's just not the case anymore. You're lucky if you get 5 to 10 for any position now. I think that is always a concern. You want to have a big candidate pool, but I think we've been fortunate to have good candidates. I think Cerro Gordo is a desirable school district because we do have good class sizes. We've got kind of a great family feel, and it's a wonderful place to work, and I think people know that. So I think that has helped our district a lot. I think there's some of that, but we also have a lot of teachers who stay. We've got several teachers who have been here for 30 plus years right now. So I think any district has a little bit of that where you get young teachers and maybe they, marry and follow a spouse somewhere else. But I think we have good retention here and plenty of teachers who have been here for 10 plus years. I think there's just a big family feel to this community. I feel like people live here, they grow up here and then they want to raise their kids here too. So they may go off and go to college and things like that, but want to come back and raise their kids here. The staff feels like a family too. It's really amazing to me here how at the students after school and evening activities, how many of the teachers are there, traveling to away games at our home track meet for the high school. It was fully staffed by high school teacher and junior high school teacher volunteers. So I think there is just a commitment to the kids and a feeling that everybody wants to be here and kind of pitching in. And it's just a lot of fun. We post all of our job openings on the IASA Job Bank, and then you can also look on our website, cgbroncos.org. Sure. I would love to highlight the agreement that we just made with Kirby Medical Center. At our most recent board meeting, the board approved a new program with Kirby that is a physical fitness and conditioning program that will run at the end of the school day, 3 days a week next year. So we wanted something where our students could get a chance to have an exercise program where they can learn about being fit, not only now as students and athletes, but throughout their life. So we will have Kirby Medical Center trainers through their CrossFit program who will come in from 2:30 to 3:45, 3 days a week next year, and teach our high school students all about lifting weights and physical fitness and conditioning. The unique thing about it is that we have so many multi-sport athletes that we were trying to figure out a way to do this that would include them when they're in season and when they're out of season. And so with the program starting at the end of the school day for our students who are in a study hall and they are passing their classes and don't need that study hall for that particular day, they can go to this exercise program at the end of the school day and then still be able to go to their in-season practice. For students who need their study hall, they can go to study hall, get their work done, get the help they need, and then they can start the program, the exercise class, right after school. So I think it's going to be a great thing for not only our athletes, but all of our high school students who want to participate. Absolutely. I've worked with the trainers at the CrossFit program for 7 years, and they do a great job of meeting people where they are at their own physical fitness level. So from the most fit athlete to someone who's just starting out, they have a great way of modifying things. They're also coming in to teach our junior high kids lessons in our family and consumer science kitchen. They're going to teach our junior high kids how to cook healthy meals next year in the classroom. So we're trying to take not only the fitness approach, but also the nutrition approach, and just kind of make sure our kids know how to be healthy lifelong, not just right now.